It is October 16th today. I have not vlogged since I returned from Nepal and Singapore trip. It's been a really weird week. I basically slept all week. I had to recuperate on all of my sleep deprivation and just exhaustion from traveling for so long. So that trip was 23 days or something like that. And then of course I had 12 days in between, and my Australia trip was 24 days. So I've been on the road a lot the last 2 months and I don't regret anything. I've had an amazing time. Today I went for a walk. It was total spring vibes. There's so many people out at the beach, checking out the sun and the sand, trying to get a bit of a starter tan for summer. I definitely loved the vibes today. I was really happy to go out and do about a 6K walk around the coast. The sea is gorgeous today. There's so many people walking around. I really love that, because it has been quite overcast since I've returned. But yes, I returned back and I am living my life here in Wellington. A very quiet life, I have to admit. I'm lying low, going to the gym, just doing my thing. I was quite happy the other day because there was nobody at the gym at one stage. I was by myself working out, which is like Christmas came early. Those are the types of things that I really am grateful for in the moment, because I never have the gym to myself. It is so crazy. There's been so many new members and so many new people, new faces, which is good for the gym, but also it's busy and I love a nice quiet gym. So I'm quite sore today. It was leg day yesterday and I definitely pushed it. I hit some weights that, is a personal best. I'm lifting a lot heavier, gaining muscle, feeling strong. What else have I been up to? For the work front, I don't know. I'm just not stressed about work. And I think that's a good thing. I think this phase in my life is the reward of such a tough journey for the start of 2022. I had a lot of hard lessons. I had a lot of low moments from January all the way up to when I got residency in July. And particularly June, July were really hard months. So now that I have the residency and I was able to quit my job, I've just been traveling. And the second half of 2022 is all about travel. And that is incredible. Staying in one country and living there, not traveling, that's not really me. So now that I've gotten back to who I am, which is exploring other countries and taking trips and loving the adventure and discovering different culture, and Nepal was perfect because it was just like the total culture shock that I was looking for, and it was incredible. It was the type of trip that I think I needed, because all these other trips, Australia was amazing, but it's very comfortable. But Nepal definitely took me out of that comfort zone, threw me into a whole new world that I had never experienced, and it was amazing. I think I did a lot of amazing personal growth on that trip. So that was an amazing opportunity, and I have been embracing these trips so much. Like, I'm just so grateful to be able to travel overseas. At the same time, I'm just going with it. I'm unemployed. I'm loving that life. I've set myself up financially to be able to afford this time of not working. It's been about 2 months now where I haven't been working, and I'm totally okay with it. There hasn't been any moment where I'm like, ooh, I need to get a job. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying the break. The first time I ever had it was actually when I moved to New Zealand, and I took a sabbatical off my former job in Canada. I thought that maybe I'd go back to Canada after a year of a working holiday. As we know now, that didn't end up happening, but I went 10 months without working and sustaining myself, traveling and figuring out where I wanted to settle, and then also surviving a pandemic in that time as well. And that's what I just wanted to announce today. I have decided that I will not be working for the rest of 2022 as of right now. Today's, as I said, 16th October, and I've just made the decision yesterday, the day before. I'm just not ready to go back to work. The prospect, the idea of it isn't really exciting me. I know that is a huge privilege to say. Believe me, I'm very grateful for that. But I have made this decision that now is the time to do what makes Kyra truly happy. I love to travel, so I've decided that I'm taking the rest of the year off. I'm going to be focusing on international trips. I'm doing it a little bit ad hoc, keeping in mind when I booked the Singapore and Nepal trip, I actually thought that I was going to be returning to work. So I booked return flights to New Zealand. That's why I came back home. But actually, I'm leaving again in a few weeks, about 5 weeks. I'll spend the rest of October here in New Zealand. But in November, it's going to be my birthday month. I turned 31 on the 29th of November, and I'm going to be gone. I'm heading out again. I'm about to book some flights, and I'm going to Southeast Asia. I'm so happy that I'm finally going to be able to make this trip. Obviously, I was just in Singapore, but that's just like the start of Southeast Asia, I feel like. But yeah, I'm going to be going to Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. So I'm so excited to be taking this trip and exploring 2 new countries that I've never been to before. I have been curious about Vietnam for many, many months now. My mother and I were actually going to go to Vietnam together if everything worked out when she visited in May. That didn't end up working out. I was still waiting on residency and I had to work. So this time I'm going to go for me. Honestly, I'm really excited to go back. It's been about 10 years since I've been to Southeast Asia. I was a little youngin' when I went there. It was probably one of my biggest backpacking trips at the time, but now I'm 31. I'm in a different headspace. I'm a resident of New Zealand, so it's a very cool trip that I'm about to take. I'm joining an organized tour for a while, which will take me from Vietnam through to Cambodia and finish in Bangkok, Thailand, and then I'll be doing some independent traveling around southern Thailand. So I'm so excited. It's going to be over a month-long trip, and then I'll be back around Christmas time, most likely. I haven't booked flights yet, but that's what I'm thinking. That's where my head's been at. I've been coming to these conclusions the last 7 days since I've been home from Nepal. I've taken time to sleep on it, think on it. Do you want to start working? Is that going to bring you joy? And honestly, the answer that I came to was no. Right now, working is not going to provide me that joy. Of course, it'll give me money, but it won't provide me joy. What will give me joy is the adventure, continue to travel. And I actually am grateful for this rest period of about 5 weeks here at home, and then to head back out to Southeast Asia. I'm going to be vlogging it, of course, and when I get back, I'll be busy editing all the vlogs for you guys to see, but hopefully in the meantime, you'll be enjoying the other vlogs from my other travels. So that's it. I'm just taking it easy, enjoying the slow life before my life will take off to like a backpacker's adventure, because yes, I'm going to be backpacking and it's going to be crazy, and I'll probably be the oldest on this tour because it's catered towards really young travelers, but honestly, I'm young at heart. That's fine. Age is but a number. So I'm really excited to kick off this different phase of my life. I'm happy and I'm doing more self-growth than I ever have in my whole life. Just all of the things that I've gone through the last few years have been such tough lessons that it really has just driven home to do what you love and make your life about your passion, the pursuit of happiness, if you will. So thanks for listening to this update. I'm so excited that I could share that with you guys. So I'll catch you guys in the next update. Bye! Hi everybody, it is October 20th today, it's Friday, and I just wanted to come do an update on my life, I guess. It's a very simple life. It's a lot of editing, a lot of time at home, and very weird schedule. But anyways, hi, how are you? I'm checking in. I can't believe it's almost the end of October. I'm gonna be going on this trip before I know it, but I've been really busy getting through the Australia vlogs. I've already finished editing 2 episodes, which are almost both half an hour each. It's been incredible the amount of footage that I've had to sort through. I'm talking the raw first cut is an hour worth of footage to then sift through and have to cut and condense and turn it into an episode for the vlog. So wow, just a pat on my back for the amount of work that takes. I really have to say this YouTube channel takes up a lot of time, and right now it's pretty much my full-time job. So that's what I've been doing and focusing my energy on, but hopefully you've been enjoying the videos. I also wanted to give a shout out to Nepal. I got some artwork while I was away and I made a little wall. I don't have much of my own artwork up in this flat, but I've got my Everest at sunset little print, my Mandela print painting, I guess, and then my Mount Everest certificate. How cool is that? I also wanted to give a shout out to the Wellington City Public Library. Oh my gosh, how amazing. They literally hook it up. I not only have been getting into reading, so I've already taken out a book and finished it. I basically got another one because I finished the book that I took out in 2 days. So I got another book, and because I finished the other one so fast, I made sure to get 2. So we'll see how long it takes me to read these 2 books. I'm just finding myself loving to just sit and read, which I haven't done in ages. And I'm so proud of myself that I'm reading. I'm getting into reading. Things are changing in my life. But the reason I love this public library is they gave me free access to computers that have a printer set up, and you can just print documents. So as somebody who's currently unemployed, I didn't have access to a printer anymore to print off things that I need to present while I'm traveling. So for example, my travel insurance certificate, my Vietnam electronic visa needed to be printed, as well as my flight itinerary. You have to kind of prove that you have ongoing travel in some of the immigration offices in some countries you visit, so I needed to print that off as well. Wellington City Library hooked it up. Not only was it convenient and it was not far from where I live to get to, but it was completely free. It was free. I was like, what? This is free. And I was able to print off so much. How amazing is that? Like, so good. I'm so impressed with the public library here in Wellington, and I hope that these books that I picked out are going to be entertaining. I just am so proud of myself for getting back into reading. I don't know. The other thing I wanted to talk about was this Vietnamese visa. So it was really nerve-wracking because you basically need to have the visa before you go to the country. I was having issues applying online. I kid you not, I had to apply 6 times to try to get my payment to go through. So every time I get to the last step of the visa process online, I'd hit a speed bump. I'd try to put my visa in and it kept getting declined. And then the way that their website works is if your payment form is declined, you then have to discard that entire application and try again from the beginning. So I had to fill it out 6 times in order to get one credit card to work. So after the visa stopped working, I was like, okay, this is not going to go through. Unfortunately, I cannot use this credit card. So I had to dig out an old MasterCard from Canada that was expiring next month. The MasterCard had a verification system on it, so it texted and it wanted her to verify the purchase, and everything went through. So I think the system needed the payment to be authorized. If you're ever thinking of going to Vietnam and you're having issues with the online visa, you're not alone. There was a whole forum of people like myself who were trying to Google the problem and find a solution, but really what it was is just you have to make sure your credit card has a verification system set up so you can approve the transaction, which was $25 US. But now I'm all good. I've got my visa. I'm all set to get into Vietnam. I will be applying for the Cambodia visa when I'm at the border because the tour will take us by land and you can apply for it on arrival. So that's good. So that's it. I don't need a visa to get into Thailand. Thank you, Thailand, because honestly, this visa for Vietnam was stressy enough. So I don't really want to go through any more visa drama. So I'm happy that I have that now. I have everything printed. That's it, guys. I'm so excited to go on this trip. It's 4 weeks away. That's it. That's my life. That's the update. Wanted to say hi. How are you doing? And I'll probably catch up with you guys. I don't know when. I'll see you guys in the next update. Bye.